This is Janet Granger back with another episode of the Wildlife Wins podcast. And today I have Christa Hamill, who's a Georgia educator. So excited to have you here. Thank you so much, Christa. With Find Outdoors, and Find used to be named the cradle of forestry in America. So Krista's going to tell us all about what that is. So thank you for being here, Christa. I appreciate it.
Well, thank you. I really appreciate you having me on today. So I'll quite literally spell out Find Outdoors. It's actually an acronym and a really nice one for what we do. Find itself stands for Forest Inspired Nature Discovery, and we are an outdoor recreation nonprofit organization that's partnered with the United States Forest Service. We center forest education and stewardship. Those are our main two tenets. Right now, our organization currently spans three different states, North Carolina, where headquarters are located, as well as Georgia and Kentucky. And all of those feature really unique outputs of education and environmental advocacy. Before moving to describe my role, though, I'd like to zoom in on the Forest Service for just a moment. Now, forestry itself is an umbrella science and a craft that includes several subfields like natural resources management, wildlife biology and conservation, and in many cases, policymaking too. While it's a science, it comes in a lot of different flavors, which leads me to the US Forest Service. The US Forest Service is home to a wider variety of any operations that serve our public lands and the people within them, from forest product management to law enforcement to data analytics. The organization coordinates so much of not just our forests, but the entire radius of wilderness operations and stewardship. Now, as far as what Find does and how my role plays into that, we can zoom in on the some 867,000 acres of the Chattahoochee-Oconee National Forest to the 5 visitor centers and campgrounds that Find overseas in Georgia alone. All of which are Forest Service property and which our organization manages and cares for too. So, as I mentioned in the beginning, we rest on two major tenets of forest education and stewardship. They're what fuel our fire, to use that statement. And you can,
You have to be very
I'm
careful
not sure if
talking
that,
about fire when it comes to forestry.
absolutely, they're what appropriately fuel our fire. Our forests here in Northeast Georgia deserve a huge stage. They have a lot to teach us. And so our mission is simply to provide a voice for them. But zooming in further, you'll see the smallest speck on Brasstown Bald and Anna Ruby Falls. And those are the 2 visitor centers that I work at. I'm the Georgia educator for our 5 sites in Georgia, though I mainly work at the 2 visitor centers. Our other sites are campground and recreation areas. And I coordinate all the educational programming with our many amazing partners. I provide interpretive writing for environmental education curriculums, and I either lead or co-lead many of the events on our sites. Basically, anything that smells of education is where I'll be cooking.
Oh, that's so cool. So, thank you for the background and telling us because I certainly didn't know what all of forestry was about. So, this is great. I appreciate your sharing what forestry is and can be and how you act in the forestry area. So, I would love to know, based on what you've been doing in Georgia, some great wins or good news that comes out of what you all are doing.
Yeah, so 2025 was a really, really exciting year. Not only was it my first year with Find, but I learned a lot and we served a lot in our educational offerings too. Just at Brasstown Bald and Anna Ruby Falls alone, nearly 18,000 were served in our educational programming events for the year.
Wow.
We had Yeah, we had over 6,500 folks served in offerings at the Cradle of Forestry in North Carolina, which is the sort of OG of Find, the original location for Find Outdoors there. And over the course of all of our visitor centers, we served over 3,500 youth just in field trip offerings. So it was a really great year for education and outreach. And as far as a another win to sort of tag along with that, uh, not only do we have already a myriad of partners within our organization that help out with events that we host them to provide education for us at our sites too. We have developed some more partnerships this year as well. So we're really excited about that. And they'll actually be a part of a first ever lecture series at Brasstown Bald. So that's a more recent 2026 soon to be win, so to speak. So we're really excited about all of our partners and the new ones that are joining us too.
That is fabulous. And so basically what you all are doing is getting the word out about how important our environment is, how important these areas are, and what they contribute in terms of not only the wildlife that's there, but also the people who live in those areas, and what they can learn, and what they can get out of it by partaking in it, right? I mean, one of the most wonderful things that I think educators like yourselves do is you don't just educate us about the land and the trees and the animals and everything, but you help us realize that as human beings, being in these environments actually helps us reconnect with our roots and with nature and with ourselves. Um, so thank you for all that you guys are doing. I appreciate it. So now what can people do to learn more about who you are? You said you're in three different locations. How can they learn more about your organization?
Sure. And just real quick to go back to your comment on reconnecting, that's you captured that really well. That's what we're trying to do in every campground and every visitor center and every event that we hold. The idea behind interpretation in general is to connect people with public lands and to show them that there's something for everyone within the outdoors and within nature. So I appreciate your sentiment there. But as far as where people can find us, our website is gofindoutdoors.org. And we have a lovely inquiry portal if anyone has general questions or if they have any specific questions about campground registration, purchasing tickets for ticketed events, as well as looking at our calendar of events at all of our locations across our 3 states. So if you go to that website, you'll find all about our team and our mission, as well as how to specifically reach us as well.
That's fabulous. So now, just because I want to drill down on Georgia, since you're a Georgia educator, is there something special that you love about this time of year or that's going to be coming up soon, that people should know about what's going on?
Oh yes, absolutely. I could probably say that about each month of the year here, but one thing that we're very excited for, and it's an anticipated event every year, but our summer Foxfire hikes will be taking place beginning in early May. I also mentioned our first ever lecture series at Brasstown Bald, which will be quite a bit earlier, held in between the weekends of March and May. So that's sort of a springtime new event series to take place for anyone that is able to visit us a little bit earlier in the season before the summer picks up. But the Foxfire summer hikes that will be beginning in May, and our lecture series to be held in some of the weekends between March and May. Those are probably our two upcoming events, but we always have some things scattered throughout the calendar. So I would definitely check out the calendar. There's certainly something for everyone. And most of our events are free with admission as well. So there's something for everyone if you just happen upon us one day coming up to a waterfall hike. We'll probably have something going on for you. So we would love to have you, and we're really excited to see you too.
Excellent. Thank you so much. I'm very excited because as we record this, it is spring here and it's beautiful. And I'm looking forward to being out and about up in North Carolina and visiting all these areas. So thank you so much, Krista. I really appreciate your being here, and I hope everyone will find outdoors. And thank you so much for all that you do.
Well, thank you for all that you do. And again, really appreciate you having us on.